What's up guys, Groovy Guitar Dude here. Long time no see, or it kind of feels like it. Like, I talk to you guys and see you guys almost every single day, but for some reason whenever I do these kind of videos where I'm just talking and catching up with you guys a little bit, it feels a little bit more personal. And a lot of times my videos that I do on guitar lessons, they feel kind of scripted, and they kind of are, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because it's all kind of, it's like everything's pretty plug and play for every song, but I love getting to do videos like this where I just get to catch up with you guys. A little side note about that before we dive into kind of everything else I want to talk about is these kind of videos, surprisingly, are actually harder for me to make than doing my normal guitar lessons, which may sound weird because it's just kind of me sitting in front of a camera talking, but because I've done so many of those guitar lesson videos, I've done like 550 or something like that. I've got it down kind of to a science, and I really have everything down where I know exactly what camera angle I want. I know exactly where to put the microphone. I know exactly, every little element. I really have those just worked out and just really well practiced. And these videos like this one, I haven't done a whole lot. So like whenever I go out into a park or something like this, like where I am now, and look for, just the right camera angle, or like make sure I can get the microphone where I want it, where you guys can hear me well, and those kind of things, and think about the things that I want to talk about that I don't ramble like I kind of am now, but I don't always think about those kind of things, and I'm not very well practiced in those kind of things. And so all that said, like, I really want to encourage you guys with that, because it shows you that even though like I make videos all the time, and I make videos where I'm sitting in front of a camera talking to the camera, I make videos where I'm doing my guitar stuff all the time and teaching you guys all the time, these kind of videos can still be challenging for me just because I haven't done a whole lot of them. So you can apply that to a lot of different things in life, where like think about guitar or ukulele. Like if you're not very experienced yet and stuff, and you see one of my videos, you see Guitar Goddess's videos, Marty Schwartz, whoever, and they're just like blowing through their lessons and it's super easy, and you kind of get discouraged because they're having such an easy time doing all of this. And I see people doing this, like let's say Peter McKinnon or John Olson or Casey Neistat or whoever, doing these kind of videos, almost like vlog type of videos, and I'm like, man, like I'm sitting over here struggling to sit and talk in front of a camera like these guys do all the time, and they make it amazing. In a lot of ways you might see my guitar playing, and this isn't me trying to like boost myself or anything like that, but you might see my guitar playing and think like, wow, that guy's really good. I don't know how I'm gonna get to that point. And it's all about practice, man, because if you go back and look at some of my older videos where I'm teaching, and you see like the camera work, the microphone. I didn't even have a microphone. I was just recording on my iPhone. And how far I've come just through practice and doing it over and over again, and just doing it. And even if it doesn't look good, even if it doesn't sound good, all that, it's just that practice of doing it over and over again that really just like, it takes you where you want to be. And with camera work right now, that's me. I'm trying to learn all this camera work stuff so that I can get better lessons, more educational, get better angles for you guys. Even this little thing where I can have a talking video with you guys and not be like totally panicking, freaking out, like criticizing every detail of it. It's the same kind of thing with guitar. If you kind of get stuck in that beginning stage where you're like, oh, you're kind of criticizing every little thing you do wrong, and it kind of like hinders you where you have to stop and not actually push forward with learning, that totally can be debilitating. The biggest thing with this is anything that you're doing in life, anything, it's always gonna be a practice thing. And the first couple of times you do it, you're probably gonna suck. And you might suck some more times after that. But eventually, after you do it a lot, then you're gonna get a lot better. And it's funny because I'll go back and look at some of my old videos when I just started guitar, and I'm like, oh, this is so cringy, this is awful. Like, if you look back, I can't even remember the first song I looked at, but somebody commented not too long ago on one of the first videos I ever made. And so it made me go back and watch that video again, and I was like, this is terrible. And for a few minutes, I debated like deleting some of my older videos that didn't get a lot of views and stuff. And I was like, no, you know what? Like this was my beginnings. This is where I got my very first start. I want to always be able to go back and look and see how far I've come. And again, the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from that is, whatever you're doing, guitar is a really great example, camera work is a really great example, but anything in life, it's always going to take practice, and it's always going to take screwing it up 100 times before you start really getting it right. And 100 times is kind of an arbitrary number, but it's going to take screwing it up a lot before you really get it exactly the way that you want it to be. So with all of that in mind, and thinking in the same vein of seeing how far I've come and we've come on YouTube, man, I want to thank you guys so much for getting us to 70,000 subscribers. I actually didn't make a 60,000 subscriber thank you video, and it was because I was out of town, and I just I missed it. I just missed it, and then by the time that I had gotten home and gotten to where I could record and around my camera equipment and all that stuff, it was too late, and I was like, oh no. And so, like I said, I kind of overthink these kind of videos and kind of overanalyze every little detail of them. So anyways, thank you for 60,000 and thank you for 70,000, man, because I always kind of ramble about it. I'm trying not to be repetitive in my old videos and stuff, because anybody who's been around here for a while has seen me have this same conversation with you guys a million times. But I just am so grateful for being able to have such an awesome audience like you guys. And you guys know that I try to get in the comments as much as possible and just talk to you guys. And that isn't necessarily only for you guys. That is a huge thing for me. I love being able to talk to you guys, and I know it means a lot to you guys that I'm able to do that, and that I can sit there and reply to as many comments as I can every day and just talk to you guys and kind of be involved. And I know that means a lot to you guys, but for me also, man, being able to go in there and just see you guys as kind comments and see that what I'm doing is helping y'all out, and just, if somebody's like, hey, have you can you teach this song and stuff? I'm like, yeah, it's my request list, and I've got a request list a mile long right now, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But just being able to just talk to you guys hands on and being able to help y'all and all that, it means so much to me as well. And so seeing that number go up, always seeing these numbers go up, that's awesome. I love it. And I really man, it really it warms my heart. I know that's kind of cheesy to say, that's great, but really just being able to talk to you guys is really a lot of the times what I get the most fulfillment out of, because I can go in and really see that what I'm doing is making a difference for somebody. So all that cheesiness aside, guys, like I said, thank you so much. Race to 100,000. I got some more about that in just a minute, but I'm really hoping we can hit 100,000 by the end of the year, and I think we're going to. I'm almost positive we'll hit it by the end of December, which is awesome. But we'll talk about more of that in a minute. So, a couple of channel updates. First, let's talk about requests. So, same thing as usual with requests. Honestly, I've kind of tried a million different things of how to prioritize requests differently and doing this and that. And the one that I've kind of stuck with, that I'm the most happy with, is that I take as many of the requests I can get. I always go in the comments. You guys know I get in the comments, and I add them all to my list, all of the requests. And the ones that I get the most, the songs that I get the most requests for, those are the ones that I do. Now, in the past, I've said oh, I do 2 to 3 requests a week. Hold on, I got a hair in my mouth. Oh my gosh. So I usually do 2 to 3 requests a week in the past. Well, since then, I've kind of really upped that number because of the amount of requests that I do. Really, if I do, ideally in a week, I do a video every day, or at least 6 days out of the week, and maybe take 1 day off. That's been a little bit more the last week or two, but usually I'll do about 6 or 7 videos a week. And so what I've been actually doing is really closer to 4 to 5 requests every week. So I'll do maybe 1 or 2 new songs that just came out, and then the whole rest of the week is requests. So that said, there's been some people that have maybe not necessarily gotten mad or anything like that, but there's been some people who've been dude, when are you gonna get to my requests? I requested this a month ago and I haven't seen it yet. And that said, I am working down my request list as fast as possible. But the thing is I get about 20 to 30, sometimes more requests every single day. And if I do 5 a week, then, you can kind of do the math on that. I'm not going to get to all of them. And I wish I could, but I just can't. I can't do that many videos. I don't have that kind of time. And, each video takes start to finish 3 hours to make, give or take. Sometimes more, sometimes a little bit less, but usually kind of on average about 3 hours to make. So on top of that, on top of working on my website, on top of this, that, and the other, I really only have time to do 1 video a day. So all that said, guys, if you're waiting on a request, if you made a request a while back ago and you're like, man, I really hope this dude gets my request, but it kind of made it a long time ago and he hasn't seen it yet, or if you think I haven't seen it yet, I see all the requests. They hit my phone. I get them all the time, and I look at them right away. And most of the time, like I said, I'll reply to your comment and say hey, I'm putting it on my list and stuff. But I do get a ton of requests, so I just kind of do my best to pick the ones that I get the most for. And Sometimes I'll do some that I don't get a lot for, but it just depends. Like I said, I get so many of them, it's kind of hard to keep up. But I'm doing my best, and like I said, guys, I'm still doing like 4 to 5 requests a day, so I'm hitting those requests harder than ever. Next channel update, and this is something I kind of want some opinions on, so like hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think about this, and it's something that I'm pretty excited about, but I'm not quite ready for. So I want to start doing live jam sessions with you guys, where basically I'll set up my camera and I'll hook it all up and stuff like that, where I can just do a live session and I can maybe take some requests to either learn songs or just jam on some songs, or I can answer guitar questions for you, or I can answer just questions about myself for you guys. And I want to start doing that every once in a while, like maybe every couple of weeks, maybe once a month, something like that. I actually kind of wanted to do this video as like a live video, but I didn't have all the right gear that I wanted to have to do that. I could have just done it on my laptop with like, dude, another hair, this is driving me crazy. Where are these all coming from? But I wanted to do this kind of as a live thing, and I was like, man, like, I'm not quite set up the way I want to be set up for it. Like, there's a few things, like I could just use my like lame laptop camera, like webcam thing to do it, but I was like, no, like I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but like, I want to do it right, you know? And so anyways, guys, that's something I'm thinking about doing in the near future. I would love to hear some feedback about that and just see what you guys think. If I did it, it would probably be at, the next place I would do it is at either like 75,000 or 80,000 subscribers. Whenever we hit that milestone, that would be probably where I would do a live stream, and again, maybe like a 30-minute or hour-long just jam sesh hangout kind of thing. And so if you're into that, let me know so that I know kind of if people would be interested in that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I probably would take some requests for songs. I wouldn't be able to take everybody's because I would expect there'd be kind of a flood of like, hey, learn this song, learn that song, and you know, that kind of stuff. I can't just sit on the camera for 4 hours learning every single song that everybody wants to learn, but I would probably take at least a couple requests to kind of run through a song really quick and figure out the chords and all that kind of stuff. So guys, last kind of like channel update kind of thing. So I was telling you earlier about how whenever we hit 100,000, some cool stuff's going to happen. So obviously that's a huge channel milestone for anybody. But what I want to do is I want to do a big giveaway. And I have a couple options in mind for what I want to do with this. So I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's going to be yet because I don't know exactly what it's going to be yet. I kind of have a couple ideas that I'm juggling around and just kind of like weighing some options. But either way, no matter which one I choose, I've got like 3 options I'm kind of thinking about right now. And whichever one I choose, it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be super, super cool for you guys. So that said, right now we're kind of like, if everything goes as planned, we're kind of on target to hit 100,000 by around December, like end of December, I think, is when it looks like. But the quicker we hit that, the quicker we're going to do this cool, huge giveaway. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button because a lot of cool stuff coming. And like I said, that's going to be, I'm really excited about it. Like, I love the opportunity to be able to like give back to you guys, and you guys do a lot for me just with your kind comments, your likes, your views, all that stuff. And you guys know with the free capos and all that kind of stuff, I'm constantly trying to find ways that I can give back and do something for you. And this is one thing that I'm just like, when we hit this milestone, it's going to be a huge thing, and it's going to be super cool, super fun, and I don't know, it's a huge thing for me. And like I said, I want to use that blessing of getting to 100,000 in a couple of months, and I want to use that to be able to bless you guys and help you guys out. So guys, I know this has ended up being a super long video, so I just haven't talked to you guys in forever, so I feel like I have all this stuff to tell you, but a few little quick website updates. So I still got the free capo sale going on, and those are taking, like, it's free, and then you pay like a couple dollars shipping depending on where you live. It kind of automatically calculates it, and then it gets shipped to you, and usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks with a standard shipping, or 1 to 2 weeks with the priority shipping. And I'm still doing that. I'm still pushing those out. A lot of people have been like, oh, like, where's my capo, stuff like that. I need to kind of update the website. I haven't been real specific about the shipping times on the website. I just kind of need to do some little update work on that. And so anyways, it's standard shipping, 2 to 3 weeks, and the kind of priority shipping that you can pay a little bit extra for, which again, it just kind of automatically determines it based on where you live, but it's like 1 to 2 weeks. And so those are all shipping out. I'm shipping out, I kind of switched the capo that I had about a month ago that I was kind of giving you guys for free. I switched that to what I feel is a little bit better quality one. I don't have one with me right now. I'll put a picture up here, but it's actually the same capo that I use. It's just kind of a cheaper version of it, but it's the same exact capo that I use in all my videos. It's kind of a off-brand Dunlop trigger capo, basically. It's a great capo. I've got like a couple of them that I've gotten for myself since I've been doing this free capo thing, and they're great capos, and they're awesome. If you haven't picked one up yet, I would recommend it. I have a link up here for it. Guys, the other website update that I have for you is super exciting, and this is something I've been thinking about for a while. I have this beginner guitar kit, this kind of guitar, I call it a guitar starter kit on my website, and every time I make one of these videos, I kind of talk about it a little bit, and I always am doing kind of sales on this. Like I usually, if I'm not doing a sale, I have this priced at like $18. If I'm doing a sale, I usually have it priced around $10. And I've decided pretty recently, within the last, I think about a week ago, that I'm going to indefinitely set the price of this to $5. I've thought about this a lot, and at that price, I'm really not making any money off of it, actually. But the cool thing about this kit, man, and I've talked about it a million times, but if you're new to this channel, this kit that I sell on here and now for $5, it has everything that a beginner guitarist needs to get started on guitar. And it's got a capo, it's got a tuner, it's got picks, and it's got a little pick holder so you don't lose your picks. And I always try to drive this point home, but if you go to Guitar Center or Musician's Friend or wherever else, and you buy all those things separately. If you go to Guitar Center, capo, $15, tuner, $15 to $20, picks, $5 to $10, pick holder, that's kind of a little thing, $2 or $3, no big deal. But all of that together, it ends up being like $40 or $45, and you can get this kit for $5 plus a little bit of shipping, and it gives you everything that you need to get started. And the reason that I'm doing that, like I said, I'm not really making any money off of that at this price, but the reason that I'm setting it to that is because it's another kind of way I can do kind of, again, a free capo type of thing where, man, like I want to be able to help you guys and be able to give back. And man, I always think about, you know, when guitarists, beginner guitarists, especially kids, start out playing guitar, they don't have a lot of the right tools that they need. They don't have tuners, they don't have capos, they might not have picks. And a lot of times, like, they can't get those things on their own very easily. And they might have to borrow a tuner or borrow a capo, or they can only use capos or picks whenever friends are around and stuff like that. And it's a pretty common problem. It seems like, you know, most guitarists you would think who are starting out would have what they need to play, but a lot don't, especially kids, like I said. And so this is just one more thing that I can do to give back to you guys. So that kit right there, man, it's set to $5 indefinitely. I'll have a link to it up here as well as in the description. And it's just one of those little ways that, like I said, you know, I love being able to find ways to help you guys directly, and that's something I can do to help you guys directly. And I have several of these kits, and they're good. They're not amazing quality, but for the price, you're not going to get any better, and you're not going to find any cheaper. And so they're awesome. I love them, and I love you guys, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Whew. So we covered a whole lot, guys. That's like a huge, this might be one of the longest videos I've ever made. It's a huge channel update, a huge website update. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about, and I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, so it's kind of long. And I'm going to try to be better about that in the future. I need to get better about just talking to you guys and not put so much kind of like perfectionism and all that on these kind of videos, and rather just enjoy it and sit down and have a conversation, because I actually love it whenever I actually sit down and do it. But I will have like anxiety about sitting down to do these videos and be super perfectionist about them until I actually just sit down and just have a conversation with you guys. And so when I do, I really love it, and I love just getting to talk to you guys and catch y'all up on what's been going on. So all that said, guys, again, thank you so much for everything you guys do for me. Thank you for 70,000 subscribers. Thank you for all the super, super kind comments and everything, man. You guys are just awesome. I couldn't ask for a better YouTube family, and we're growing, man. It's so cool to see us grow, and I'm sure you guys are kind of getting excited about that too. Some of you that have been around since the beginning. It's kind of a cool thing to be able to grow as kind of like a family, like I said, a YouTube family. So, guys, thank you so much again. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see y'all very soon with more guitar lessons.